Hello. I'm losing my voice. Hello. So I put a call out on Facebook asking people to say what's going on with their, bodies. Is there any videos I can do to kind of help you? So I'm just going to do like a short little talk on things we can do about our neck and tension we may be feeling in our neck. So depending on what you've done to your neck, so some of us can have whiplash injuries, some of us may have a job where we're constantly looking down, working on a computer, or say dental work, for instance. Surgeons, they're spending a long time with their head over, and so we're putting more strain on the neck. And the cervical part of the neck, this part here, so working along here, is basically, it is made for movement. It carries our head and it's made for that rotation and looking down and so forth. It's not made for heavy loads. And so when we look at the head, and I do postural assessments when I see clients in the real world, there is still a real world going on, but in my everyday world, I always look at where their head is sitting. Because basically when your head's sitting in the right place on your neck, it weighs between 10 and 14 pounds. Each time the head goes further forward, we're adding about another 4 to 6 pounds onto that cervical plane. So the further the head goes, and if you look around, you might see people like this, the head goes further, they're putting more and more load onto their cervical spine. And as I mentioned before, the cervical spine is not meant for heavy loads. This is why, I teach yoga, and sometimes I'm like yes and no with headstands and so forth, because again, we're putting loads into the neck. It's a delicate area, and you have to be so strong in your core to be able to do those postures, to make sure you do it safely and have the right form and technique. So let's talk about how we can work this area to help release. So if you've got a job where your head is down, you're writing, your head is down, you may even be forming a little hump here. Now, depending on how that hump is, like how large it's growing, because it basically can develop over time, we can get rid of it. Sometimes it's a case of breaking it down and down, but sometimes it's there and you've just got to make the most of it and help your body by massage and exercises to relieve that area. So things we can do is, in your everyday life, we can be doing things like chin drops. So just dropping the chin to the chest, looking down to the floor, holding it for 30 seconds, getting a stretch, getting a release along the back of the neck, across the shoulders. We do that for around 30 seconds. That's going to be a developmental stretch. That's going to help open up and lengthen the muscles, and that's what we want to do. And again, taking it to the side, just holding. We're not pulling. We don't want to put that pressure on the head. We just want to lengthen along here and want to feel a release. So again, around 30 seconds. Cervical rotations, so just rotating the head safely. So it's really not about twisting and trying to turn your head as far as possible. It's about rotating. So, you can see here, my head, that's as far as it can go. If I was to twist, I'm going to be turning my head, and you'll see it's starting to twist. That's no good for me. I need to be keeping that range, that range of movement appropriate. So it's just a nice rotation to the side and steady. And we can be doing that through the day. So if you've got a job where you are constantly leaning forward, I would be recommending that during your day, at least 3 times, try and do that developmental stretch of dropping your head forward to the side, 30 seconds each, and doing those cervical rotations. We can bring shoulder shrugs in because they're going to help release into here. So what we're looking at is we're releasing along here, 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 and as we do those shrugs, we're releasing a little bit more into the shoulder blades as well. And every part of the body is connected. So releasing, lifting the shoulder blades up and down, and then drawing them forward and down. So nice and steady. The other things we can be doing is, I'm a big believer in spiky massage balls. So what I say to a lot of my clients who have jobs where they're spending a lot of time leaning over, looking down, office work, is have one of these in your bag, have it on your desk at work, take it out when things are feeling tight, and we're basically just rolling it into that area. So we want to pull those muscle fibers, we want to stretch them back out, and this is really, I say it's really nice, I look like I'm in pain. It's like an unpleasant pleasantness, okay, if that makes sense. And we're just releasing in and up and down and round, especially like these areas here. So we tend to get really tight in there. And you're probably going to need to put it on the wall to get into that hump area where it can potentially build, and across the shoulders. If you've got someone who's happy to give you a little shoulder rub or a little neck rub, we've got to be really careful with someone else massaging the neck if they're not a qualified sort of specialist, because basically there's lots of things going on in the neck, and you've got main arteries going on in here. So you need to be really careful in the pressure that you apply and where you put your hands. So I've probably just scared people from actually getting a massage, getting someone they know to give them a massage or someone they love. But I would say just be really careful. I would personally say if you've not had a massage before and you're not sure what you're doing, spiky ball's great. You can't apply too much pressure and you're in control of that. If you do get someone to help you and give you a little massage, get them to take their thumbs, or you can do this yourself actually. Take your fingers and take it, so go to the center of your neck and you're going to feel your spine in there, not too heavy, and then walk your fingers out so you can feel you're just at the side of the spine, and then just begin to rub. So when I say rub, you're just moving your hands gently like so. And you can start, so I'm just going to turn my back to you, be a bit rude for a moment. So you can start just rubbing underneath here. We're getting lots of tension in here, making our way down, and we want to make sure we're never on the spine. Just making our way down, nice and steady. And then when we get to the shoulders, you may need to take a hand across and just gently rub into that side, and doing the same to the other side. Now what we can do is, as we're doing that, we could gently take the head to the side and just rub in where you feel any tension. But you don't want to be going heavy-handed. We want to be going sort of a firm hand, but not causing pain. So you want to feel that release happening. Feel the muscles sort of being worked on. So I feel like my frown's getting deeper. Is feel the muscles being, sort of moved around, shifted, and then let it relax. And then do the same to the other side. So if you've got a job where you are constantly sort of bending over and looking down, like I say, having the spiky ball handy, you can get these online, they're not expensive, and there's different levels of spikiness as well. So there's this is like kind of not too bad, there is a softer spike, I've got one just here, wait me a second, so a soft spike, and it's they're quite squidgy. I've even got one, there's like a metal spike that my brother kindly bought me for Christmas. It's pretty evil. I never actually used it. I used it once to feel what it feels like. And I've let a few clients have a go with it, and all of them said no. I've even offered it and people don't want it. Take it away. But these are brilliant. So if you can get something like this, then I would be saying, pop it in your bag, take it to work with you. Your workspace may be different at the moment. You might be at home and you've got a new workspace. Be doing those exercises. But if you are still going to work, then a spiky ball and making sure you take time out to release those neck tensions during the day is absolutely key to trying to keep on top of neck health. There's one more exercise, it's the most unattractive exercise, but I will demonstrate it for you, is the double chin. I don't even have to really demonstrate because I've naturally got hereditary double chin. But we squeeze the chin into the chest. And what that's doing is all the tension in the back of the neck and across the shoulders is being released. So it's sort of like we're pulling everything out. And you can do this where you're sat at your desk, I would be saying, or if you're standing, just be conscious of your posture, pulling everything open and just drawing that chin in, or you can do it when you're laid down. You can do any of these exercises when you're laid down. In fact, sometimes it's quite nice at the end of the day when you're laid in bed, is to be conscious for a moment of like, okay, I'll just do some double chins, I'll just do some cervical rotations while I'm laid on the pillow. One thing I would say when you do go to bed, if you have neck issues, is really take note of where your eye alignment is when you're laid on your pillow. So if you are laying down and you look up whilst your head is resting on the pillow, you want your eyes to be looking straight forward and straight up to the ceiling. If you notice that your eyes are looking slightly behind you, then it means that your chin is lifted and you're kind of bringing an overextension into the neck. You may realise you're looking slightly forward, which means you're dropping your chin down and got an extension in the opposite direction. So what you need to do is, if you notice you've got that lift up, you're looking above and beyond you, then we drop the chin. If we realise we're looking in front, then we lift the chin. And if you notice that regardless of doing those adjustments, your head is still looking behind or still looking forward, then it may be worth investing in a new pillow. And pillows do make all the difference. So I have a memory foam. Sorry, I was just having a brain fart moment there. I couldn't remember what the word was. So a memory foam pillow. And that's good for me. I find that just molds right into where my neck needs to be, because I struggle with my neck. But lots of people work differently. I mean, like if you find that you've maybe, you're looking back and you need to nod, then, sometimes if you can't necessarily, something I've suggested to some clients is what you can get is, so you can get pillows for cots and little thin pillows for toddlers. Is getting one of those and putting that into the pillow that you have. So if your pillow's too low and you're not getting enough support, you can get a thin toddler or baby pillow that goes in cots, lay that on top of your pillow, in your pillow cover, your pillowcase, and then that'll give you an extra lift. But I really suggest checking out your pillows and when you're laid on bed at night. So I hope that's useful, and any constructive feedback. I'm not going, in these videos, I'm not going massively into like the anatomy and physiology. I'm just keeping it sort of like as real and as easy to follow as possible. So do please give me constructive feedback. And if you're watching this and you think, oh, okay, I've got something specific going on, then please just, pop a message me, and I can always make more videos about something specific. What I'm doing at the moment is when people say, oh, neck issues or from breastfeeding or hip flexor issues, I'm keeping them quite generic so as many people can kind of get something out of it as possible. But if there is something specific, a specific condition or injury, then please just reach out, get in touch, and I'll put a little video together and hopefully be able to help you. Even though I can't do it hands-on, you can take some rehab advice and maybe help yourself in different ways. So thank you for watching. Keep safe, keep sane.